Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Countdown Podcast. This is episode 488. So, today we are going to kind of do a deep dive ranking of Dark Souls 3 esque things. So, I was thinking we
Wait,
could
just Dark
do.
Souls 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I was thinking since we've all played the game a few times at least, I thought this would be something that we could all kind of participate well in.
Yeah.
All kind of throw our own ideas in there.
Yeah.
So what I kind of had an idea for is that we could all rank our favorite boss, least favorite boss, favorite enemy, least favorite enemy, favorite area, least favorite area, favorite NPC, least favorite NPC, and then we could also do a weapon or class
Yeah.
of our
Okay.
favorite or least favorite. So if you have like a weapon that you like that belongs to a specific class or works well with that, you can say
Yeah.
that.
You think maybe we should give some like background into how we kind of got from software or just like Dark Souls in general?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or Dark
I
Souls 3
mean,
specifically?
yeah.
Or I
So
guess just any of them, just from
yeah.
software.
I guess Austin can kind of take this away because I think Austin was the one who got all of us into Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
I
I
I
I got into
think it
Dark
started at your
Souls.
your garage. I think
Yeah.
is where it all kind of
Yeah,
went down.
I don't remember exactly when I started playing. Uh but I remember I skipped past every other From Software game and just jumped to Dark Souls 3. And I was really bad at it. So it took me like it took me like 150 hours to beat it. Something like that. Maybe a little bit less, but I was grinding that for a while, dude. Every boss was a struggle, but I think I got, was it then Soren who I got into it because he played it.
I joined off of Joey. It was at Joey's house. He had it he had it on his Xbox or something. And I played it like basically one night because at that point I was mooching off of your guys' games like I usually did. 'Cause
I
I had
think
time
that
limits
was
and
my
whatever
Xbox you were
back
playing
home.
on.
I think
That's probably what it was. But either way, I know it was at Joey's house. It was in his
Yeah.
basement or whatever.
I don't
And
know.
I really liked it. So I ended
Yeah.
up getting it quite a while later. I don't remember exactly how long later.
Yeah, I don't know exactly the order of. I guess Evan was probably the last one to get into it, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think I think I had some maybe some initial apprehension to play the game. I don't really know why. Maybe it was just like the idea of taking on just like a solo game kind of that big and as challenging as uh, that game is kind of known for being. I think it was just maybe a little intimidating. I just didn't bother. But then I think I realized that it was a good game and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
And I
right.
think we don't know him, but then we introduced Adrian to the game, and yeah,
I've
that's
never
kind of
met
a
Adrian.
that yeah I don't, maybe it's just me who knows Adrian, but then yeah, we just introduced Adrian to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Adrian described Dark Souls.
We'll
His
have
mic
him on the
might
Anyways,
be muted.
podcast. We'll have him on the
yeah, we'll get him.
podcast
We'll get
soon.
him next time.
Adrian.
He's currently
His
here, but he's not here.
his
He's
mic
here in
must be
spirit.
Okay.
muted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his
No,
mic is
I think
muted.
we had that one episode where we were talking about our favorite games, and I know Dark
Yeah.
Souls was a pretty big part of. I think almost probably all of our lists. I can't remember if I had it on mine or not. But I mean, yeah, From Software. I mean, obviously they're. I mean, probably the like just the best game company, I guess, or like I don't know. They're just known for just always putting out quality, and Dark Souls 3 is um yeah, I mean probably the one of the best in their
Yeah.
catalog. So
Soon it won't
Would
be.
also
They were
say this
bought
is
by Activision, right?
oh, were they?
Sony bought them out just recently, actually.
Oh
So
shoot.
say goodbye to
Yeah.
your favorite games, or
Yeah.
say goodbye to the future of From Software.
About to say, my
Yeah.
favorite games are already there. I
Yeah.
don't gotta worry about them. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless if they make
Well,
them Sony exclusive
Yeah.
who's
moving
the
forward.
guy who
I already
runs this?
paid
Is it
for it. They can't take them
Miyazaki? Is
from
he
me.
the head
I think they can
of
Yeah.
actually.
something?
I won't let them.
Miyazaki is the head.
I'll
Miyazaki
pirate
is.
it.
I
Fuck 'em.
assume is Miyazaki still the head? Surely they didn't replace him.
I think it's just From Software that is getting sold to Sony.
Okay.
I think Miyazaki. I don't know. Like Sony could. I don't know if Sony could they potentially just like get rid of him? I don't know how that whole
They,
thing
yeah,
Maybe
works.
they
they
could.
can.
I would
There,
imagine.
it's
I would
been a
imagine
thing.
they realize that he's like kind of an essential part of
Yeah.
creating as great a games as he has.
Well,
Yeah, I think it would. I think they kind of know that too, especially if they want to go in. Like I don't see the whole purpose of them buying From Software or like the in order to just make Souls games without like the creative genius behind it. Like that
Right.
just seems kind of suicide to me. But I don't know. I've seen dumber stuff.
Xbox
Yeah.
does it all
Well,
the
I mean,
time. They buy a studio and then just like they make
right.
one
Run it
game
to
and
the
it doesn't
ground.
and it flops and they just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think with like Elden Ring, what like part of what was so significant about that game is it kind of reminded everyone that like you still can create a AAA game with like not just like crap out another like copy and paste. Like you can put time and effort into a AAA game and still have it be incredibly successful because I mean Elden Ring was like probably the biggest game of this decade
Oh yeah,
so far
100%.
and it won a bunch of awards. I'm sure it's made From Software more money than they've probably ever seen before. So
Yeah.
I think
I
I
think
feel that
initial
Sony
launch,
will remember that hopefully.
Yeah.
hopefully. I think initial launch with Elden Ring, I'm pretty sure they sold the most copies out of any game ever. I think the
Even more than
closest,
GTA 5?
I think so.
Oh, you mean
I
at
think the
launch?
runner up.
Okay. Yeah, at
No,
launch.
yeah, on launch. I think the runner up that came in second was The Witcher 3.
Oh really?
I think that's the second most bought game on launch. And I think just overall sales as well. But yeah, Elden Ring is a incredible success. And I mean like also just it kind of just shows how good of a game developer like these guys are. They just completely remade the form. Or not like remade it, but they did something completely different with open world. And I have my own gripes about Elden Ring with the whole open world system, but I mean, they did something that they've never done before, and I think on a first attempt, it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean Elden Ring is I personally probably enjoy Dark Souls just a little bit more, but
Oh, 100, yeah.
Elden Ring, I mean, what other games are coming out that are like even close? At least at a AAA level that are
Yeah.
even close to like the quality that Elden Ring is.
Yeah.
Black Myth, Sun Wukong.
I never played it.
I think I
You
started
gotta.
that
It's better
game.
than Elden Ring.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I think they were I don't remember who won the Game Award. Did the Game Awards happen yet? I'm so out of the loop.
I don't know.
Because I think it was contested with Elden Ring's DLC, and a lot of people were very heated about that
Hmm.
because it was a DLC going or like uh that was competing against Black Myth.
Oh, yeah. I don't
I'm
know.
but anyways, I think we're kind of getting a little deep into the weeds, but we'll kind of tie it back. So yeah, we'll just start with yeah, this topic is gonna be on Dark Souls 3. It's the one we're all familiar with.
Yeah.
I think it's
Magnum opus,
yeah,
I would say
I
of
don't
the
I
think
think
most
bunch.
it's
people would say. I think people would say the Dark Souls 1 is the magnum opus.
Or like
But
Blood. Well,
yeah, Bloodborne.
shoot, I guess there's a lot of things you could maybe say. I
Yeah.
haven't played.
yeah.
I've really actually only played Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3. I haven't played any of the other From Software games, but um
You've tried to play Dark Souls 1 like 50 different times, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I get to the what is it, the Tomb of the Giants, and then I usually just lose steam.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's when
anyways,
the game gets kind of worse.
Yeah, the second half of the game kind of falls off.
Well,
But
whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
well,
Explain the first topic or
yes.
the first rank.
So yes, Dark Souls 3. So um I think we can just start I guess let's just start from the beginning. So that would be when you first boot up the game, you have to pick your class or your weapon.
Good
So
start.
I think we should start with that. What is everyone's favorite and least favorite class? And then when you've built up that class, what is your favorite weapon to go with that class? And or least favorite weapon?
I guess you
I
can.
Maybe one that it could be like even a boss weapon that you've collected and thought you're like, this weapon looks so freaking cool, I can't wait to use it, and turned out like you're like, wow, this thing is horrendously awful
Yeah.
or something.
I don't even know. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
know the optimal builds like most people.
No, I don't really either.
My first
Kinda,
class was
do you
absolute
wanna
dog shit, dude. I was a strength build with a straight sword. That's probably why it took so long to beat every boss.
what were you saying, Evan?
do you wanna take this off? Because
Uh,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I've even played all the or at least started as all the classes. I've tried casting and some of that
sure.
stuff, but I don't know if I've started with like yeah, I don't know. I suppose maybe what do you start
Yeah.
with?
Well, my first starting class when I started the game was the knight. I think it was the
Oh yeah.
majority of everyone here. It wasn't optimal. Well, no, I think Austin, you did pyromancy,
I
didn't
did
you?
pyromancer. Yeah, I started as a
Yeah.
pyromancer. Went to a strength build and then kept the straight sword. It was insane, dude. I didn't know what I was doing,
Yeah.
and I never figured it out until like my second or third run.
Yeah.
It was insane. Maybe I respect at some point, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, so yeah, my first class was the knight class. I I think I turned it into a dex build later on with the Irithil. Oh, what is that thing?
Irithel straight sword.
No. Yeah. That's the frost one,
Yeah.
isn't
Is
it?
that the one that
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get from the Outrider Knight or
Yep,
what is
yep,
it?
the very first Outrider Knight. Yep, I used that for the rest of the playthrough. As the knight class.
Yeah.
And it kind of
Classic.
sucked because you can't really spec into it because it's like part dex, part strength, and you can only put like you can't throw gems on it to make it
Yeah.
built into a class. But yeah, so that was my first one. That one was difficult. But I would say my first my favorite class is probably a faith build, like pure faith. So
Caster
I just
moment.
really out of all the ones I've played, I think just using lightning stake with the unfaltering faith or unshakable faith, so you can just tank hits and cast lightning stake right at your feet to do like 2,000 damage is just so satisfying.
Yeah.
Um,
Huh.
that with like lightning arrow, that's just another really cool spell.
Mhm.
Um, I'd say that's my favorite build. I think my favorite weapon in Dark Souls 3. Um, Probably Astara's Ultra Greatsword because it scales really well with Dex and Strength, but you can also like throw different gems on there, so you can really use it for any build you want. And it's a light Ultra Greatsword, so it doesn't take much
Where
to.
do you get that one from?
That one you get from it's the route right before the uh
It's full of nasty skeleton guys.
yeah, it's the
It's
before
right
the
before the
deacons,
Cathedral of the
cathedral.
Deep.
Yes, the
Yeah.
cathedral. Yeah, you run through the graveyard, and it's
Okay.
towards
Yeah.
the top
Oh
left.
yes, yeah. I think I do.
I
Yeah.
like that one because I get to claim using a dex build and use a great sword
Yes,
because it scales
it's
S with everything.
it literally does scale S with everything. I think that yeah, that sword is just so much fun to use too. Like the charge, you can also like extend the charge
Yeah.
with a heavy, and it comes like or the thrust, and it comes with like an up thrust. It's such a cool weapon.
Yeah.
I'd say my least favorite, or like probably the one I was most excited about, but then was pleasant or unpleasantly disappointed, was probably the Dancer's twin swords.
Oh yeah.
I
Is that
thought
because one's fire and one's magic? Is that?
yeah. They look super cool. I really like the concept of them, and like they don't scale with anything. Like
Yeah, I kind of heard those ones are
I
dog shit. I
I
don't know.
they are not great.
I hated the tree man. You kill him and you can get a ring, or you can get like a little sword looking
Nah,
thing that
dude,
you can use
that
to
tree man
stab
gives
people
you
and
two
get
different
health back.
weapons.
He gives you 2 weapons.
Does he give you 2 weapons?
Yeah.
Maybe
He
I'm
gives you a
tripping.
spear
One's
and then a
spear,
sword.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
then-
there's
and-
one that when you poke people with it, it's supposed to heal you. I didn't like that one at all. It stinked. It was really bad.
I wonder
So
if that
I
must
guess-
be the spear, because I remember the sword. I like this. I got the sword my first go
I
around, and I
think
kind of
the
like the sword.
I think the sword or the spear causes poison.
Oh, is that what it
I'm
is?
No,
pretty
that's
sure.
probably
I'm
one of
thinking
the
of the sword. I'm
guru
pretty
guru
sure.
guys or the
I
guru.
hated the sword. I didn't
No,
like it.
no.
I thought it was
The
weak.
rotted greatwood spear. I'm pretty sure causes poison buildup.
Hmm.
I wouldn't
It's
know.
it's one of the two. It's one of the two. The sword or the spear causes poison buildup.
There's very few weapons that I use in the game that aren't just like basic weapons that you can throw gems on.
That's fair.
Like I use a couple of boss weapons and I'll get into that.
Yeah, I
when,
didn't like the spear. The spear was the one I didn't like.
All right, Soren. Well, so
Um,
I guess you can just
Yap away,
finish.
yap away, buddy.
Yeah, yap away, Soren. Yap away, Soren.
All right, cool. I
So
really
you said
like.
you said your least favorite. What's your most favorite in class?
Yeah, so I really like playing the knight class. It's very simple. You stab people and you roll, and you get to use a shield that actually blocks damage, which is great. I really like Fort's hammer. Two-handing that bad boy, you get that sweet, sweet frost buildup for that huge hit of damage, and then you also get a little bit of damage here and there. And it's it's one of the weapons that comes from a boss soul that's actually really good, in my opinion.
It's a very early boss
Yeah,
too.
that one was.
It
Yeah,
is. So you
I
can use
use
it
that
for
one a
like
lot,
most of the
too.
game.
That's a fun PvP
so
one. You can fuck people up in PvP.
ooh, I didn't even think about that.
It's
I
really
just
good in gank fights if you're on like a 1v2.
okay.
Yeah,
You hit both of
I
them
think-
at the same time.
I could be down with some of that. So yeah, I like to use that one for like a good portion of the game until I get something I like more. Usually I change what I use after that. It's something different. Usually some sort of great weapon like a club or that one sword that we were talking about, or anything
Which one?
big and heavy.
Oh,
the
the
one
Iroquois?
by the skeletons before the Deacon of the Deep. Sometimes I'll use that one.
Astaris.
Really
Astaris also.
depends. I almost always wear Sigurd's armor because I love the look of his armor. It's very round and
Yeah, he does
ununique.
have really cool armor.
Um, so yeah, that's
so
that's
you're
my
a
opinion on
strengthy boy.
builds. I am
You're
a strengthy boy. I am doing my first run of decks on Elden Ring right now.
really?
So that's I'm on Melania right now, which I haven't fought
Oh,
them
crap.
yet though. So
I
I'm
didn't
about
realize
to.
you were that far into the game.
Yeah, so well, I beat it that one time with strength, and you guys watched me
Yep.
absolutely struggle through
Yeah.
that. That was awful. My first run was technically a faith run, but that one got a good bit, did not succeed. And then right now I'm dexing it up for the first time. I'm using these things called the hook claws, and they're kind of neat.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Those
so
those are
first
cool.
first time doing dex, it's a little easier, I will admit. I thought it was gonna be harder, and it was not. So I haven't been struggling too much with that one. But
Yeah.
usually I'm a strength man, and sometimes I dabble a little bit with intelligence and faith. I like faith a lot more in Elden Ring than I do in 3, but it's good. Get all.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Evan, you go. Save the best for
Okay,
last.
yeah. I can't remember what I played first. I want to say I did Pyromancy, my first one. But I think if I were to choose a class to start with, I think I'd probably start with the knight, either that or the guy with those two recurve swords, because I know he's probably
Is-
just like
is
the
that
best.
mercenary?
Oh, the mercenary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, those two swords, just because I know that's probably the best starting weapon.
Yeah, it is.
And
That's the
he's
best
got pretty good
class.
stats.
That's like every class that like speedrunners use is just like
Yeah, I just like because a lot of the time, like I don't really use any of the weapons that you could start out with the class, so I would usually just probably pick the best weapon. But I'd probably pick the knight just because I think his armor is the coolest, and like the whole fashion souls thing. I'll go for what looks cool.
Hmm.
But I think my like first actual run, because I think I forget exactly what I've had a couple runs, but I think the one that I remember, the class that I used, it was a strength build for sure, and I used the Fume Ultra Great Sword, and I used the oh man, what is you meet him outside of, you kind of meet him in the undead settlement area. He's got that really like gothic armor. It looks like a dragon or
yeah,
a
the guy
dog. I
from
forget what
Oh, Aeon or Aegon.
Kareem, is that where he's from? Not maybe.
This guy's name is Aegon.
It's like Eaon or some Aeon or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He's from. I just remember he's a knight from Kareem, I think is.
Yeah,
Yeah, that really cool black like gothic armor with the cool head.
the dragon
set.
head. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. That's the armor I used with the Fume Ultra Great Sword. Um, and yeah, I think that's what I used for my first, and then for my second, I used that it was that you know those witches that had the big spiky mace and they'd cast the
Those things
Yeah.
have
I used
such a
that
low
thing.
drop rate, but those things are amazing.
Yeah, I
I
remember
think
I
that also can
grinded
get
for
like
so
S tier
long.
in strength maybe.
Yeah, I think
think
Or
it
it
either
was.
would.
that, or no, it's the war cleaver or whatever from those guys with the cage on their back. I think
Yep,
that's also an S
I
tier.
used the War Cleaver at 1.2.
I don't think that's the name
Yeah,
of it.
I've
I don't
always
think it's war
been
cleaver. It's so like
the
butcher.
Butcher Cleaver or something like that.
I
You
don't know,
find it
something
like
like
a
in
really
that.
the
big
one
saw.
guy. Yeah,
Well,
I've
they
always
have
been
a summon. That's
strength
not what they
guy.
drop though. I don't think.
Oh.
It's like some
Yeah.
just this cleaver. I think. It's
Huh.
weird.
I'm thinking of the Butcher Cleaver, the one where it's like special is you sharpen it and then it does
Yeah,
more
yeah,
damage.
yeah. That one's really
I
good.
use that one.
Oh, I
But
think
yeah,
that
my
I think
my
an NPC
second
drops
one.
that one.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, I used that spiky hammer thing, and that one was really good because it did bleed, and it scaled
Mhm.
really well. But yeah, I've always been more of a strength build, and I've always like been interested in casting, but I could never do just casting. So
It's so
it's
boring.
it's terrible because my builds never make sense because I'll try and spec into strength, but also like spec into whatever thing I need to cast just these random spells just because I think it's cool.
Mhm.
But then it just never does any damage. It's not practical, and I could just be specking way better. But I guess that's just I don't know. It's
If you beat it, who cares?
I guess
yeah,
I
that's
should.
what
I
I
guess I
did in
should.
Elden Ring. I used some like I think it was a dex weapon actually, but then I was like also specking into like a bunch of different like intelligence and faith and I don't know, just it didn't make much sense, but I beat the game, so it doesn't.
You think we're gonna finish our Elden Ring playthrough?
No,
God, I don't know.
no.
What is this? The seventh one?
Probably.
We were gonna do it this time though, right?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, I think we got it in us.
We never started again. That never happened.
Yeah.
I thought we did, but
I've
maybe
never
we
Because
didn't.
I've
I
never
don't have
even touched the
seamless
DLC.
co-op installed right now, so there's no way we did.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
guess maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm
But
tripping. I feel
yeah,
like there's
that's
always a
me.
We
playthrough.
talked about it, but then you were pretty adamant that we wouldn't actually do it.
Right. Yes, I probably was. That's
And then
fair.
we all started our solo runs, and then I gave up after like 10 minutes because I got bored.
Yeah, mine is
I,
close.
I beat the tree sentinel right out of the whatever thing,
Oh, really?
and then that was just that was
Me
basically
too.
the final boss. So
It
yeah.
just took me a lot longer than him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Evan. So that's your what's your least favorite weapon, or like
Um,
most underwhelming that you've picked up and you're just
hmm.
like excited about and you thought it was cool and it sucked.
I can't really remember. I think it was I'm sure it was probably like a spell of some sort.
Oh, okay.
I remember I can't remember what it was. It was um on the way to the Abyss Watchers arena. There's those two skeletons and
Mhm.
they can do that like shield with their like that like red shield like they just summon it out
Yeah.
of nowhere. I saw that and I thought it was going to be really cool, but then I maybe it just didn't work into my class or
You get that from
something. It just
Yuria. That one's very that one's not great.
yeah, no, I
It's not
thought it
great.
looked really cool. It was a lot of the gimmick weapons that I saw, and I'm like, oh, that's so sick. Like that repeating crossbow. And like I saw that, and I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. And then like it doesn't make any sense to use it.
I think
Mhm.
people do actually use that. They use it with lightning arrows.
Oh, do they?
They have it on their offhand to shoot you if you try and heal or something.
Well, I was never really a PvPer, so like
Yeah.
I'd use it in PvE, and it's like it's
Yeah.
but um
I
yeah,
think
I
I've
would
probably played more PvP than any of you guys, so I kind of have a bit more insight into that realm.
Hmm.
I tried to max out all the
probably.
covenants, and I ended up giving up. I got like the normal invaders. What I think I got the what is the bone crusher one or the you gotta get
Mound
the
Maker.
mound
Mound
makers,
Maker, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
probably like one other, and then I gave up.
Hmm.
I just couldn't do any
Yeah.
more PvP, dude. It took forever.
Yeah.
I think you need you need the fair and keep one because I'm pretty sure that gives
Yeah,
you
that one's the hardest
warm.
one. That
That
you
one
ca-
gives you the warming
Yeah.
pyromancy,
Yep.
or it's like
Yeah.
the pyromancy
Heals
that
you up.
heals you slowly.
That's like the
Um,
one that would stop me. Like I would have to find a way to dupe to complete that one
I
because
think
like
I got that one on one of my playthroughs. I
I got all
remember.
the
I think that was the only one I got though. I spent forever on that one. It's
I
kind of
got
fun
all
though,
the
invading as the purple guy.
yeah.
Mound Maker.
Yes, bro. Mound Maker is
Yeah,
so much fun.
it's
Maybe we should go over that.
yeah.
I
What?
guess maybe we should hear from Austin, or Covenant, not Guild.
Oh yeah, we could do favorite covenants as well.
But
Okay.
yeah, maybe we
I think Mound Maker might be my favorite.
That
that's
is.
my
Yeah, I
They're
favorite
didn't. I
they're
too.
didn't
just
listen
they're
too
just
much.
pure
That's kind of the
chaos.
only one
Yeah,
I've
I think
played.
we all just
Yeah.
agree on that now, dude. Those are just the most fun to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember it was so cool finding it too because don't you get in that guy's cage and then he
Yeah.
drops you down? I
Mhm.
remember being so confused when he wasn't attacking me the first time, and then it was just such a cool thing, like
Yeah.
first time experience where it was just like, oh, this is awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, okay, I guess that's pretty unanimous.
All right. Austin.
So I explained my first build. So I guess I'll explain my favorite now. It's definitely Depraved class with the Broken Straight Sword as the weapon of choice. You can put like a
Did you
fire
actually do
gem.
this?
No,
That's
but that
swag.
yeah, I'm gonna do it one day. I'll do it. I swear to God.
Oh,
You
okay.
gotta go fight Yorm. Bring like 1,000,000 repair powders with you.
Yeah. Well, I thought your favorite class was the passive class.
Oh yeah, dude, that was so much
Pacifist?
fun. Yeah, I had a run going and it was so much fun, but it'd probably be so hard to do it now where I like don't have a weapon or anything, and the only way you can beat the game is by summoning people in to beat the boss for you. You just sit back and watch. And I remember doing it. I remember doing obviously you have to beat the first boss by yourself. The run would be dead if you
Yeah.
didn't. So obviously that's an exception, but uh on Vort it was so much I think that's how as far as I ever got was that first boss. But it would just be so much fun watching those guys just fail. I remember I was
Did
streaming
they
them to
ever beat Vort?
they did. It eventually
Oh yeah.
happened. They were so ass though. It's like they're playing as the Sun Bros or whatever you call it, and they're just like, "Dude, I'm here to
Oh.
help," and then they just die. Like they're just terrible. I don't know why you bother helping.
Yeah, I do remember watching that. That was really funny.
So did you just sell everything and then just buy embers with it?
No, I think it's just a new run. Or sorry, what were you saying? Like,
No, I'm just saying like how like a like there's no point in leveling anything up. There's no point in collecting armor
Yeah.
or weapons. So did you just all the souls you get, did you just sell everything and just put all of that into embers?
yeah, probably. That's probably what I did do. Cause if
So funny.
I don't know what I must have done. Like when it'd probably just be quicker to just kill yourself when your summons die. I can't remember exactly what I did. You could also just quit the main menu. That's probably what I ended up doing.
Yeah, I don't think because every time you die, you have to re-ember.
Yeah, so I probably just quit and then kept my Ember or something like
Alt
that.
F4. Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay.
that's not actually
Favorite
my
weapon?
favorite build. My favorite
Oh.
weapon is the Dragon
Well, what's your favorite
Slayer.
build then?
I don't. Well, my favorite build. It's
I guess
probably
like class.
it's probably a Dex build. Honestly, I just like dodging it. If you some of the later bosses, if you play with a shield, it just seems way more lame. Sorry, Soren. Like imagine.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Like I said, I switched to Vort's hammer after I get it, so I'm a two-handed strength
Yeah.
kind of guy.
Yeah.
I just like the shields at the start because I don't know, I want to deal big damage, and before that, it's like sneaky small weapon.
But the thought of fighting Gale with a shield and just blocking all attacks, like, just blow my fucking
That's
head
true.
off, dude. What are you?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I used to play with a shield too, and then I started dodging, and I'm just like, oh, how did
I remember
I do that?
one of my favorite weapons to fight Gale with is those two katanas, the one big one and the smaller miniature one.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's
They cause bleed. That was one. That's the weapon I used to beat Gale for the first time. But my favorite weapon is the Dragon Slayer axe. Where
that's a solid
you can
solid
summon that
weapon.
lightning. The weapon art's the best weapon art in the entire game.
I mean, I would agree. That's a really cool, really cool weapon.
I think that's
Yeah,
what
that is cool.
I switched weapons like 1,000,000,000 times in my first playthrough, but my first playthrough isn't a good description of like what my favorite class would be, or whatever. So it's probably just Dex, so like dodging, and then that kind of clashes with my favorite weapon, but whatever. And then
Okay.
my least favorite weapon, fuck, I don't even know, dude. Probably just like one of those dumbass weapons you get at the start that are just like, I don't know, fucking the club you get on Depraved. Like who's gonna use that? It's so lame, dude. All the
Sick.
attacks look the exact same. Like,
It's
fuck-
kind of
Yeah,
funny though because it has a very high stagger or like poise break.
yeah.
I know,
pretty
but
sure.
it's just I don't
It
like it.
sucks.
So
It's
you
pretty
never asked me
fun.
my
But
least
it's
favorite
kinda
class.
funny.
My least favorite one is the Depraved, just because it's boring and it's bad too. On top of that,
Yeah.
it's just
Right,
not
yeah.
good. So there we go.
And you waste level ups, dude. Like, why would you take? Because you start as 10 for each stat, and if you're not gonna go into like magic or whatever, or it doesn't matter what you go into, you're wasting level ups on just those random.
I think it's purely for soul level 1 runs because
Yeah.
that's the only
Yep.
class in the game that's
Yeah.
level 1.
Yeah, but
Um,
and another weapon I really like is I did one caster build that I actually had fun on, and it used what are those really tall fuckers that you see in Irithyll? They summon the fire.
Oh,
Uh,
the
I don't know what their
the
names.
heralds.
Yeah, their staff is super fun
Oh,
to
they
use
summon
because
the
they're
fire.
because they're because
Oh
they're
yeah.
I think they're a caster, so you can use spells out of them, but they're also a melee weapon.
Are they
So
I
the
know what
ones
you're
that
talking
summon
about.
it out of the ground?
Yeah,
Like
it's
yeah,
they
the
like
it's
run
it's
and
the Irithyll
okay.
knights that are
I could have
up way
sworn
high.
you can that's a caster weapon, right? So you can shoot spells out of it. I
I
almost either that or
think
I just had it on an
so.
offhand or something. But yeah, I remember being like a warrior mage and just like that was pretty fun to play
Yeah,
around
that does
with in
seem pretty cool.
PvP. But yeah,
Okay.
that's basically it.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So I guess we can just go into we can knock this one out real quick. Favorite NPC and least favorite NPC.
More like hottest NPC.
Come on, you know I like my boy Sigurd getting stuck in all those different places. You got to get him out of the well. He helps you with the sweet Yorm fight if you finish his quest line. He has a super cool cutscene there. I mean, definitely my favorite guy.
He is pretty. He's got.
Honorable
Uh,
mention
Is he
Solaire
on?
from Dark Souls 1, but we're not talking about Dark Souls 1.
We are not talking about Dark Souls
Is
1 song.
wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Solaire is the guy who praises the sun.
Yes, it
And the
is.
Onion Knight. Yeah, that's the Onion.
Onion Knight
He's
he's in all of the games, I think,
yeah.
Yep.
or all of the Souls games at least.
Yeah.
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
he is pretty cool. I managed. I didn't do it the first run, obviously, but my second run, I did go back and I think I managed to do all of their quest lines just because, yeah, they a lot of them are very cool.
Yeah. I
Uh,
I think Sigurd's a good one, Soren. All right, what's your least favorite then, Soren?
Ooh, that's tough. I don't often think about least favorite because they're not really probably very memorable.
the fucking cleric
I
bitch
mean,
that can't do anything.
Oh, who
Who's
sits way
that?
up top?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the blind one?
Yeah.
I actually like her quest line.
Yeah.
you know what? What about that old guy who gives you the free level ups and you become hollow? I don't really care about that guy.
Oh,
Sure.
Yol?
Yeah, how about him?
Oh, the
He's
Pilgrim?
Oh yeah, my
Yeah.
favorite,
Yeah.
my least favorite is Anri, cause she just like wants your help for everything, and then you know, best ending you sacrifice her.
Don't you like marry her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sacrifice her.
I think she's already dead.
Hers was. I remember like thinking that quest line was really cool.
Yeah, I
Just
really like
because
that
it
quest
was
line.
like
The
I don't know. There's the whole like I don't even know what it's for, but just like going to the church and doing all that stuff, I thought was cool.
I think
Did
it's
you-
necessary for the Hollow Lord ending.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one I did on my second one, just because it seemed like the coolest one.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite ending of the game. Okay. So Soren, you said Sigurd's your favorite, and who's your least favorite, Soren?
that one guy who gives you the level ups for free, but
Oh,
he gives you
Yol?
like the darkness. Sure. He's got
Okay.
He gives you
he
free
looks like a
level
little
ups
hermit
though,
guy.
dude.
Yeah, but I
Gives
just
you
don't
free
really
level
care
ups.
Dude.
about him. Like I had forgotten about him up until, you know, you guys were like, "Hey, least favorite." And I was like, "Okay, sure that guy."
Dude, at a certain point though, when you're so high level, the best way to get level ups is by him. You have to start a new run and get
Yeah,
5 level ups.
what
Like,
if you don't want to go to the hollow ending?
no, I'm just saying, like, if you get to like level 400 or some crazy shit like that, the quickest way you can level up is by going to him. Getting
Oh, I
those
think
free
he
level ups.
dies. He
Yeah,
dies immediately after the Abyss Watchers fight. So I think once you get to that point where you have to fight the Abyss Watchers is when I use his
Yeah.
level ups.
Well, no, because like, you just start a new run.
What?
That's what I'm saying, dude. There's no way you get to level 400 on your first run. You got to go to new game.
I had a guy hack in
Oh.
a bunch of souls for a buddy of his, and I would assume it was a buddy of his. I was invading somebody, and I picked up like 99 of those Lord souls as they were passing.
Yeah,
through.
I think
I was
have too.
hiding. I was hiding in the rafters, and I saw him drop some items, and I jumped down from the rafters and grabbed him. It was like 99 Lord souls or whatever. So I popped all of them, and that was like my PvP account, and I never got caught for that.
Use them right in front of them.
Yeah.
I got killed pretty soon after, but I looked at the item later and I was like, holy shit, it's 99 Lord Souls. I'm like, I'm gonna get banned for this, but so I just popped all of them, and that became my PvP
must be
account.
hacked in, right?
Yeah,
Like,
for
it's
sure.
Gotta be. Okay.
Definitely. So I thought,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I lost that account though when I downloaded
Oh,
Dark Souls
shoot.
3 mods. It doesn't work anymore. But you know, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I guess my favorite NPC is probably Yuria, just because
Which one is that? You'll have to
she's the
remind me.
one who like eggs you on to be the Dark Lord or the Hollow Lord. So after when Yol dies, she stands.
She's the other pilgrim, right?
She's not a pilgrim. She's in the black dress with a mask, and she has the invisible sword
Oh,
or the invisible blade of the. You know who I'm talking about?
I
Yeah.
think so.
The girl that comes after the old dude dies. The pilgrim.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
she like encourages you. I just like her how schemy she is, and
Yeah.
just like eggs you on to murder NPCs in the Firelink, and then like she tells you to kill Anri, and then also who's the sorcerer?
I don't know his name.
I can't
I
remember.
kill him
She tells you to
regardless.
kill him. I just like her lore, and then you also get like little hidden tidbits of lore if you do the Dark Lord ending when you get to Sister Freed, and if you die to her, she tells you like I think Anri or not Anri, Sister Freed tells you that Yuria is like her adopted sister, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just little hidden bits of lore if you go that route. I think she's very lore filled. She's a cool character. And her weapon's cool if you kill her. So, I'd say probably my least favorite. Oh man, I don't actually think Patches is my least favorite. He's
I
just
like Patches.
I do like Patches. I just think he's just an asshole.
Yeah,
Which I
but that's
think
why
is
you
kind of
gotta
just
like
his
him.
point. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, he shows you all these great spots for loot.
Yeah, and then pushes you down to him.
It
Yeah.
pushes you
That's
down.
the true
It
friend.
tries to get you killed.
And then you realize that he is the loot, and then you kill him.
Or you go through his quest line and get his cool shop at the end filled with goodies.
Yeah.
You could do that too.
Or you could just kill him, you know.
Or
You
you
could
could kill him.
You could kill him.
Could just kill him.
I
You
love
could kill him.
surviving when he pushes you in a pit and then coming back up before he despawns. Like you don't rest anywhere because then he'll still
Yeah.
be there. And you usually get some sort of dialogue where he's like, "Oh hey, my bad," and then you shove him into the pit.
I think he always does that. I think you're supposed to go
Yeah.
back and talk to him to forgive him.
Yeah.
Doesn't he disappear though if you rest at a bonfire?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Or it
I
might
think
just,
he moved
I
on.
think he just goes across the. Well, I guess in terms of the.
Yeah, like he'll move areas though. But if you go back before, like you rest at a bonfire, he'll be in like the exact same spot before he moves.
I'm pretty
And
sure
then you
he
get a
goes
little bit
back to
different dialogue, I'm
Firelink.
pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he goes back to Firelink after that.
Hmm.
Because I think that's where the point where you get the Lord's or not the Lord's soul, the Firekeeper soul, and then he traps you in the tower.
Mhm.
I think that's what happens right after. If you die in the cathedral, I think that's his next area that he goes to. But yeah, I like Patch's quest line. I just he's just an asshole. But
Yeah, he is.
so
I think especially once you get to the DLC, he's got like when he forgets who, or you meet him and
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
right.
realize it's Patches at first, and then
Mhm.
because he goes hollow. Is that, am I remembering that correct?
Yeah,
He's
he goes.
Patches,
Yeah, he
right?
goes hollow. Yeah,
And then you find out like you take him to like the well or whatever it's called, and then you find
that
out.
giant statue.
Yeah.
that unhollows you.
The
Yeah.
thingy of cleansing. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought that was always like a cool part.
Yeah.
But I guess I
Okay.
can go.
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite. Um, I like the one little thief guy who wears the
Oh, Gray Rat?
Gray Rat. Yeah, I thought Gray Rat was always pretty cool. I just thought he was like, I don't know. I always thought like him, like sending him out to go like collect stuff was always fun because then he'd come back with new stuff. And then I remember finding his, what is it, his ashes? I always
Yeah.
thought that was like one of the deaths that was like just like the most sad because it was just like, oh shoot.
hmm
But yeah, I always liked Gray Rat. I thought like, um, yeah, I just think he's cool. Um, and my least favorite, I guess, is, huh, maybe like, shit, maybe like that old bitch in the chair. What is she, the
Yeah, the other
Oh, the
pilgrim.
Handmaiden? The
the
Handmaiden?
handmaiden? Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
she was
oh
always
yeah.
just so smug and like, I'd want to kill her.
You can.
She
But
like mocks
yeah,
you
you
when you
can't.
get to the broken shrine.
Yeah, no, I always thought she was kind of smug.
Yeah, she is a little bit.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a
I'd
little
probably say
bit.
her.
She's also kind of creepy because when you kill her, like she laughs.
Yeah, she does.
Kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Okay. Austin?
Uh, I think my favorite would have to be Horus, man of few words. I like
Yes.
that.
Ooh, the grunter.
He doesn't waste your time. You know, he gets just straight to it. Gives you that covenant.
Mm.
And then he dies. You know, he just gets out of your way. You gotta kill him, or you can just ignore him. You know, I like that. I like that choice. You just can leave him just down in
Sitting there.
down in that pit forever. Uh, and then my least favorite would probably be Ocelot. I think he definitely deserved it.
The little baby.
The baby.
Yeah,
He slams it into the ground.
yeah. So yeah, I think Ocelot's my least favorite.
That's
Does
a
that
good
count?
call.
Because that's
Yeah,
a.
it's a non-player
Yeah, that's an
character.
NPC. I mean, you can't play him, can
Is
you?
he
You also
real
can't.
or
You
is
can't see him either.
Osiris, is he just
I
insane or is
I
There's
there
a
some
don't know the
theory. There's
lore,
a
dude,
theory
but you can
behind it.
definitely hear that crying. So I imagine he's just an
Yeah,
invisible
yeah, you
baby.
can.
The theory I
He
think
kills
is
it,
that
bro.
he's just insane. Or the baby is
What?
invisible.
Well, when you buy proxy, wouldn't you be insane then? Because you can hear the crying. Unless it's the what is that dude's name? Osiris, is that his name?
Yeah,
Unless it's his he's making them noises.
It could be
maybe.
from his groin area.
Yeah.
His very
Oh, right,
tentacly
the little
groin area.
warded
Yeah.
crap.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah,
I feel
poor
like
guy.
aren't dragons a little bit or I feel like invisibility is kind of associated with dragons only because or maybe not. I'm thinking of that crystal place in Dark Souls 1 where you go and all that shit's invisible.
Oh,
And
Seed
Yeah.
Slayer.
you go to
Yeah.
Seath, but I don't
Yeah.
I think
cuz
that's a sorcery thing, though.
well yeah, but
'Cause isn't he like
also
master
Well,
of
Osiris
sorceries?
was a sorcerer.
yeah, Osiris was a sorcerer. He studied after Seath or some shit. I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably got something to do with invisibility
All
then.
right, so
I could see it.
I'm
Wait,
checking
didn't he
out.
also? Didn't he also like? I'm pretty sure he was Gwendolyn's.
I have no clue,
Him and
dude.
Gwendolyn had Priscilla, and Priscilla can turn invisible.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, that baby's for real and is crying and got smushed and is a
I didn't
non-playable
even.
character
Yeah, I
and
forgot
is
about
my least
that.
favorite.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
Good pick.
All right. That baby definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
he did.
R.I.P.
Okay. So we got the NPCs out of the way. So now I think we can move to our favorite and least favorite area in Dark Souls 3.
Oh,
I
I'll do
kind of
this.
like the undead
yes,
settlement.
bro.
I was gonna
Yes,
say
bro.
that
Yes,
the
the
undead
undead
settlement's a
settlement
good
is my
area.
favorite too.
There's
It's
plenty to
so
explore.
cool.
There's lots of NPCs. You get to fight the tree man, and there's lots of items hidden all over the place, and all the little guys there are kind of fun to fight. And there's soup too. You can drink from the soup pot.
Yes,
They do
bro.
have the
Yes.
soup.
All
The
right.
Undead Settlement is so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed so well, and like the fact that I don't mean to like take over here, but when you come down from Lothric Castle, how you can look around and you can see, like when you just get there, you can see the cathedral. You can see.
That's a point
Mhm.
towards the Lothric Castle, because that's on Lothric Castle.
What is?
You mean after you beat Vort and you see that beautiful view off
Well,
of the.
that, but then it's maybe I'm just thinking because once those like little demons take you down to that
Yeah.
one spot, I feel like you could see it even almost better. The
Maybe.
view might not be as grand, but like you can look around, like you can look back up at Lothric Castle and you can
Yeah.
look down to
Okay, yeah, fair.
the Farron's Keep, all that. It's just so cool in the area. But I'll let you take it back, so I'm not.
No, I was done. Do you know that was my favorite, and my least favorite is my least favorite
Earthal
area.
Dungeon, boo! I hate that one.
Honestly, I
That
didn't
fu-
like this. The Cemetery of Ash, the place that you very first start before you go to the Firelink Shrine, kind of boring. Honestly, there's like 2 items and like a couple of goons, and then you fight a pretty cool boss there. You fight what's his face, the first guy, Ludex Gundyr. And you beat it
Yeah.
out with him. That's pretty fun. There's that little crystal guy there on the side, which is
Yeah,
kind of fun.
Crystal
But I don't
Wizard.
know. It's too basic for me. You
It's a
know?
tutorial area, dude. It's not supposed to be crazy.
Yeah, no, least favorite. Or maybe.
I
Maybe
don't know if that really counts
Hold
as an
on.
area because that's
also
like
fine.
Firelight.
How
no
about this? How
no,
about
because
the?
also the starting area in Dark Souls 1 is awesome, and it's also a tutorial area, so it's I
No.
would say it still counts.
It's good in 2 as well.
Oh, I
Like the area right
suppose,
past the
yeah.
first old lady area is really fun because you can keep going back there and finding different stuff.
Yeah.
So I would consider it. Another bad one I guess is technically. You know how you teleport right before the final boss? What's his face? Right before you fight the Soulless Cinder, there's that teeny little ashen walkway. That area is
Yeah.
technically called the Kiln of the First Flame. And that
Seriously.
area
Oh,
stinks.
yeah.
It's just one ashy walkway that goes
Yeah,
directly to
you
him,
gotta
and
take
there's
like
nothing
3
else.
bonfires to get from place to place, and just like
Yeah,
That's true.
there's not a single. It's boring. So
Yeah.
that area sucks too, I guess.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's really hard finding a bad area because I like a
Yeah.
lot of them.
All right, I'm gonna go next
Okay.
because I got it right here in my head.
All right.
Favorite place is the Deacon, or the what is it, the
Cathedral of the
Cathedral
Deep.
of the Deep. I was gonna say Deacon.
Yeah.
That one's the
That's
best
good.
one. I think it's the best designed area with the elevator shortcuts. They all lead back to one bonfire. I fucking love that. Same with fuck, I'm forgetting all the names. The big library. Uh,
Oh,
Oh yes,
that's
the
Lothric. I think that's
Grand
just
Archive.
or Grand
yeah,
Archive.
yeah, it does the
Yeah.
same thing. Although I think Grand Archives is a little bit more annoying, but it's still a very good area. But yeah, Cathedral of the Deep is the best place in my opinion, and the least is Earthal Dungeon because that place fucking sucks. For obvious reasons, dude. Like all the enemies just suck to fight. Like
A
you're
lot of
you're
them
literally
Yeah.
you're just
The
like
guys that just sap your HP kind of suck.
yeah,
I'm
like
They
why
almost
would you
kind of
always
fight those
ruin
running
it.
guys?
through it. That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. So yeah, there's just you're incentivized not to fight anyone other than like the idiots you find around that giant that like shoot crossbows at you or whatever. Like it's just, and then all the rats. Like
Yeah.
give me a break, bro.
There's some really good item drops there, but I think that's the only redeeming thing I can think of
It's
that
like
I
one.
actually.
It's like one NPC. Like
Yeah, Carla's down there.
and she's redundant, dude. You just give all your spells to that other cleric lady. Just make her do it.
The blind one.
Yeah.
To give her the
Yeah.
bad ending.
Yeah, for real, dude. Why would?
And she can be a firekeeper.
Yeah, so I'm planning on stealing that fire anyway, dude. There's not gonna be any fire left.
That's fair.
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Okay. Evan, do you want to go next? I mean, you kind of started.
I'm kind of with Soren. I think the Undead Settlement is. I think it's just the most fun one to go through, and it's probably the one I spend the most time in because I've started countless Dark Souls 3 runs that I don't finish, but I always at least get to the Undead Settlement, and I always love going through it. Um, And say what you will, but I low key kind of enjoy the tree boss.
I do too.
I think he's kind of
Roddick
fun.
Graywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't I mean he's compared to like all the other bosses, I don't think he's
He
that good, but I
he
think
is the one boss I can think of immediately that has, other than I guess maybe Sister Frida, where the boss takes place in 2 different stages. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't
Yeah.
really count Sister Frida because it just gets like slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Like, so I give that boss fight points just for that, where it just like switches up the boss location halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, I think yeah, I'd probably say the Undead Settlement or I had another one in my head, but now I'm kind of forgetting it. I'd probably say Undead Settlement though. Least favorite, I mean, yeah, Irithyll Dungeon is not fun to go through. That and I genuinely think
Barren
what is
Swamp.
Yorm's?
Oh
Well, I
yeah.
actually like Fair and Swamp.
I like Barren Swamp as well.
I think Fair and Swamp is kind of fun.
Yeah. I don't mind it.
What is Yorm's place?
Ooh,
That's
the Profane
that's the
Capital.
Profane
Profane.
Capital. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
that
so
one's
disappointed
yeah,
by
that one's kind of lame as fuck, dude. You get in there and it's like
You
For
run
how
past
like
two
not much
how
gargoyles.
there.
cool Yorm
really
seemed
short.
in that trailer, and like how just like legendary the Profane Capital and Yorm just seem.
Like,
I just think that area is super
how the fuck did
underwhelming.
that big guy get all the way over there, dude? The only way to get
Yeah.
there is this tiny ass bridge that looks like it's gonna break.
He's been stuck there for an eternity. The bridge decayed in the meantime.
Nah, dude, he just got resurrected and went back. That's a lore,
Fuck, dude, you're right.
How the fuck did
Yeah.
he get back, bro?
Maybe he
Maybe
climbed on the
he
side of the
died
bridge.
in there.
He was like hanging on it like ledge, and
He could've,
skimmied
dude.
his way over there.
But then
Anyways, yeah, I just think
how did he get
his-
through that hallway to get into that room? Could he fit through that?
That's right, because when they get resurrected
He
in the
crawled
trailer,
in.
he comes out of a tombstone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
That's
It's-
right. I
And he
forgot
looks
about
so
that.
cool in that trailer, and then I don't think that fight is terrible.
He shimmied in there worm style to fit through
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah. I just remember like the Profane Capital, like getting into like that actual building and then down that hallway, and then you come to the door. Like I remember being confused, like that it was the boss because like I was like, oh, this is like I thought there would just be more build up to
Yeah.
getting to the actual
Mm.
guy,
Mhm.
especially for how cool he seems.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say just that whole like that stretch between Irithyll Dungeon.
Dude,
to
all
the
the Soul
Profane
Cinder
Capital is
bosses
great.
I feel like are just subpar. Other than like the Twin Princes. Is that what are they? The twin? Not the Twin Princes.
The Lothric.
Yeah, whatever.
Or no,
whatever-
that's what-
Including
yeah,
the
that's what they're
Solar
called, the
Cinder
twin-
himself, the final boss.
Lothric, the twin
I-
Is he
Cinder.
I-
included in the
I don't
Solar Cinder
think-
bosses?
I don't think so. They're
He's great. He's awesome.
Because like
Okay, yeah, because I love him.
yeah, he's awesome. But like all the best bosses are just not in the 4 dudes or the 3
main
dudes you
ones.
see. Or yeah, four dudes you see in the trailer. Or do you see the
Yeah.
or whatever?
There's
Like-
technically 5, yeah, the Ludlith, but he doesn't.
Like fucking Aldridge is
Yeah.
annoying as shit. Yorm is over in 5 seconds, and the Abyss Watchers are good, but if like you've played the game a couple times, it's over in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
They're-
good. Like they have a really cool cutscene, and
Yeah.
I like their fight.
I do
But
too.
you're
it's
right;
just-
it is kind of easy
Soundtrack
if
is
you're
amazing.
experienced.
like yeah, I just remember going in after like there's like a normal playthrough, and you're just building up your build like normal, but like you know what you're doing. You just get in there and like they're just dead, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's just over.
I wish they had because they went with a kind of a glass cannony build. If they're gonna keep their HP where they're at, they need to deal more damage, like or
Yeah.
something. But I
It
mean,
just- it would
honestly,
just,
I think
like,
I think-
destroy like newcomers even more. Then just like they get in there and get 2-shot. No one
I
will play
mean,
the game.
I definitely. I
I
suppose.
just don't like the fact that you can knock them over. If you charge a heavy weapon attack, you can knock the Abyss Watchers over, and if you do that, you can kind of stun lock them. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter what heavy weapon you're using.
can also
very
backstab
variable,
them.
too.
You backstab.
Yeah,
them.
backstab
that's true.
and they're
I don't
very
really
variable.
like that you can do either of those to them, but it
Yeah.
doesn't really
It fits
matter.
more with Sister Free because she's fast as fuck and it's harder to do that. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think upon first playthrough, I would, if I'm thinking of my very first playthrough of that game, I think the Abyss Watchers are probably my favorite fight.
wait, do we all say our favorite spot though? We're skipping ahead.
I said mine.
Oh
Evan
no,
said
you're right,
his.
you're right. No, you're right. You're right. My bad. I haven't
Oh yeah.
So
you
favorite
started.
area. So I still have to say my favorite area. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. I'd say my favorite area. Um,
Yeah, I was sure you've already thought of these, dude.
it's tough because like I really like the Undead Settlement. I think it's just aesthetically looking, just seeing how dilapidated like everything is.
Yeah.
Everything is just falling apart just outside of Lothric, and you just kind of see like how poverty stricken everything is. It's just so cool.
It's like O-Block.
Um,
Yeah, it is.
it's like what?
Rest in peace to King Von.
Oh, sorry. Had a alarm go off. That's awkward. But yeah, Undead Settlement's great. I think if not that, honestly, I really enjoy the Catacombs. Just running through it.
Yeah, I
It feels very it feels very Indiana Jonesy.
Yeah, I get that.
I was gonna bring that
I
up. I think they're kind of underrated.
yeah, I really like the Catacombs. I like that it's also like it's split. It's a gateway to going to two different areas because you have the the fire. Oh man, I can't remember that area's name.
I can't either.
Where you break the bridge and you can go under to go fight that optional boss down
Yeah.
there, or you can continue forward to Irithyll.
Yeah.
Irithyll's a really aesthetically cool place too, but yeah, I would say either Catacombs or the Undead Settlement. My least favorite, honestly, it's probably Lothric. Of how many
Really?
times
No,
the
bro.
beginning, and it might just be because of it might be just because of how many times
Oh.
I've had to speed run that area through like no death runs. It
Yeah.
might just be because I kill the same 4 enemies over and over again. Have to run through that horrendous clusterfuck to get that Estus shard on that anvil.
I do
That
feel
sucks. I hate that.
But
Are
you
we
can kill them all, and then you'll be all right.
are we is there a difference here between the high wall of Lothric and Lothric Castle?
No, I'm just saying the high or well,
Or
I think
Those are
both?
just
different
that
places.
area.
They're definitely split off. They're
I mean-
supposed to be different.
I mean, but they
But
all
do you
loop
kind of feel
back
the same way
together.
towards
They all
both of
loop.
them?
They well, if that's the case, then the beginning of it is really short, and I don't even know if it's even really worth it. It's probably my second least favorite then, because the high wall sucks. I hate high wall. Running through to because I think that's not at the point where no, once you get past the dragon's breath, I'm pretty sure that's high wall. That's where it starts.
I like
So
that
yeah,
whole area personally. I like the little items that are all over the place. There's plenty of like reasonably difficult enemies for that area that you could fight, and then there's loot scattered about, and then Vort is just a fun fight, if not kind of easy at this point.
I like Vort. I like
And the
Vort
strip
as a fight. I
dancer.
think he's neat. The what?
The strip dancer.
And the strip dancer,
Yeah,
Don't
the
forget
strip
about the
dancer of the Boreal Valley.
the pole dancer.
Yeah.
I mean, you're definitely meant to come back to her, but I mean,
You beat her by throwing enough money at her. That's how you do it. So just go for it.
Really? I never brought cash. I always
Yeah,
just
dude.
beat the hell out of
Just-
them.
You
And
gotta
then
Next
drop
time you go
souls.
fight her, dude, just drop a couple souls, dude. You'll be good.
Yeah. And she'll
Oh,
drop her daggers, pick it
And-
up, and then
And
just
that dude,
disappear.
if you give her enough, she'll become a helpful summon that you can bring to any fight.
This
do
is
they do
facts.
anything? Or
Body
do they just
Vidya
hang?
did not tell you that one.
No, he did not. He did not. I think Austin just discovered that actually.
Not just,
Just
dude.
now,
I've been using
on-
that
on his,
strat. I've been using that strat.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd say high wall. I hate running to grab that Estus shard every single time.
Hmm.
It's so annoying. It
Have you ever
sucks.
beaten it No Death? You said you've done some No Death.
I
dungeons?
got
You ever beat it?
to what's his name? Dragon
'Cause I died
Slayer's
on the
armor.
Twin Princes. They beat my ass.
I got to Dragon Slayer's armor, and then I got greedy and died to the Pilgrim butterflies.
Mm.
Just really stupid, but
Hey, what can you do?
What can you do? I'd like to do another one. I just I get
They're fun, and
they are
a lot of
fun.
times they go really fast too. Like you can once you really start to get into it, you realize how quick it is to actually get to like the Twin Princes. You're like, oh shit, it does not take
Yeah.
that long.
No, it doesn't. I start to get really nervous once I get past the cathedral and the Abyss Watchers and I get into the catacombs. That's when I start to get nervous because I've had horrible luck with the Vape Lord
Yeah.
where
Oh yeah, dude, that sucks.
he just won't I've had runs where he just won't bring his right bracelet down and will just constantly summon skeletons and they just swarm me and
Well,
die.
there's the one too where sometimes he'll just keep climbing up at you, and you'll just go into the fog, and you'll just
And yep.
die.
Yeah.
That's the worst. That guy sucks for no death runs. I've
Yeah.
died to him like I think twice on no death run. It's bad.
Yeah. That's when my nerves start to pick up because it's right once you get to the catacombs, the bosses start to ramp up.
Well,
Like
anything
everything
after that, that guy was really the big trouble because everything after that is sort of like predictable. Like you can dodge and fight like you normally would, and as long as you
uh
kill all the enemies before you advance, you're mostly good
I
without
don't know.
falling
I
over
don't
the
know
edge.
honestly cuz Ponif if you're very confident in your parries, he's not bad, but like
I don't know. He's not too bad to
Dancer
dodge either if you got a
Dancer's
little patience.
well, I mean when you get to that second phase and he summons his clone, if you like screw up once, he's just all over you.
Yeah,
Um
but the dodge timing just changes a bit. I mean, it's not. It's harder, but it's fine. I think. I didn't.
I'm just saying after that, like I think is where all the bosses start to get more intense because like
I guess
Aldrich can
it's
be
more serious.
unpredictable.
That's true.
Ald- yeah, Aldrich can be unpredictable. Dancer is just kind of goofy the way that she works, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, we're kind of going off on a tangent a little bit, but yeah, so I'd say that's it for my areas. I think next we can do our favorite um enemy and least favorite enemy.
Hmm.
I've never thought about it.
I don't
Yeah, I
remember
I
think it's a
like
using.
little
the witch.
harder.
I guess the witches are kind of cool. They're neat.
Yeah, I do like the witches.
Um,
Okay.
I
Least favorite are those guys that sap your health.
I would agree
yeah.
with that.
No, I agree with
Those guys
Austin actually.
suck.
Good call. Good call on that one. I'm gonna just bank on Austin's idea.
Yeah. And then most favorite is uh those guys those knights on the staircase to Aldrich.
Oh, the Irithyll Knights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, the black or
Yeah,
the
Black Knights or
the
whatever. I
black
don't
knights
know what they're
or the
called.
silver knights.
Those guys are pretty fun. That's the
Those
guys
guys are fun.
I farmed them for souls my first playthrough. Because
Yeah.
I wasn't good enough to beat Aldrich when I first was fighting her, so I just actually no, dude, I was farming because I wanted their armor. And then the souls that I got I just dumped into luck to get a higher chance to get armor. That was my first run too. I dumped like 1 billion points into luck. You fucking moron.
Hmm.
I forgot
Okay.
about that.
Um. Okay. If it's not the pitchfork guys, I would say it's the dragonlings right before Nameless King.
Which remind me what the
Yeah.
pitchfork guys are?
The ones in the ones that when they poke you or if they
Oh,
even look at you, they
those
drain
are
your health.
branding devices.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
where
talking for
they
least favorite. Least
yeah,
favorite.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
least favorite.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's either those guys or the
Yeah.
dragons that extend their necks and like
Those guys suck.
just lunge at you. They're
Yeah.
just so tanky and do so much damage. And they're everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys suck.
Um yeah, that's probably for my least favorite. I'd say my most favorite um uh, honestly, oh, I don't really know. I think the Outrider Knights are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are dope.
They're kind of scary. Because all of them are in kind of confined spaces. But I mean,
Yeah, they
yeah, I
also
think
ape shit too.
yeah, they do. They're kind of ruthless. I like the Outrider Knights. I think they're pretty cool. I'm
That's
sure
fair.
I'll think of another one that I like better, but um, those are mine. I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, do you want to go? Or
Yeah, I already said mine.
You
We
did,
did.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose my least favorite. I mean, yeah, those things that drain your are just so annoying. I'm trying to think if there's something else that is just equally as annoying. I probably not. Those guys do suck. I think my favorite though, I think I like the thralls the most. Those just little
Oh, yeah,
goblin
those
guys with the hoods, and they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
That
actually.
are
they
in
like
Elden Ring as well. Literally the exact same thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
just
the
reskin them.
little gargoyles.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're the
they like
gargoyles.
shoot the darts at you, and some will have like a big sword and like little
Mhm.
daggers and stuff. Those guys, I just like I like their hood. Um,
Yep.
and no, I just think I just think they're funny. They're just like, and like they're not particularly hard, but I remember there's one spot in the undead settlement where there's like a couple on the roof shooting at you with like blow darts,
Yeah.
Oh
and then
yeah,
like
on your
there's
way to the
a
Mound
couple,
Makers.
yeah, there's a couple like attacking you with like a sword or something. I remember like just getting I just remember getting like fucked up by those guys,
That's
and I
like
was I
pretty
was
good
kind of
enemy
turned. I'm not gonna
placement.
lie. I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, no, yeah, I do like the thralls. I think they're kind of cool.
I'd agree. Yeah, the thralls are pretty sweet. Okay. Soren,
Yes.
favorite and least favorite enemy?
Didn't I do it already? I could have sworn I did it already.
You said
I
the
think I
Austin-
said
least
my
favorite
favorite
was-
enemy was. I think I said the favorite enemy was the witch, and the least favorite was the ones who drain your health.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess we're all kind of in consensus that the witches suck.
yeah, those yeah those yeah. The dungeon ones, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ran.
The
Yeah.
meat of the matter, though, right? Buses, right? That's the last one.
Yeah, so I wanted to save I want to
Yes.
save the best for last year, so I thought
Are
we
we all
could
just gonna agree on our favorite, or maybe not?
Okay, well, maybe I'm just
I
gonna
could
say
go
it
first.
like
Well,
Or
here
Evan could?
before we start, I want to say I think we should try and pull back from our memory to from when our first run, like first exposure, what we thought our favorite and least favorite was, and
Yeah, I
then
know
where
what
we're
mine
at
is.
now.
Okay, I didn't play the DLC until like my third playthrough, so should I scrap all those guys from my list of favorites? Or...
I guess I didn't either. My first run, I didn't do the DLC. So I guess we can just say main, like first exposure of the main game, we can do our first or our first playthrough, we'll just do our favorite and least favorite.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm not gonna say it because I'll let someone else. But I know there's the one boss
That what?
You cut out.
that we're all thinking of that is just like
The
like
best.
he's kind of just the peak.
Yeah.
I think. Do we all
I
know who that is?
Yeah, Gale.
Gale.
He's the best
Unless
boss.
if yeah maybe Samuel, you, Soren,
I
or
really
thinking
like
something
the
else.
Soul of Cinder.
He's
I
yeah,
think
he's a pretty
I
good
think he's a
contender.
really cool final boss fight, and he's one of the boss fights where you don't expect him to have 3 phases, and then he does have 3 phases, and you're like, oh shit! And on your first playthrough, that's
Yeah.
like the guy, you know. And he does like a lot of the attacks that you can do, which is sweet. And he's just big, and he doesn't stagger
Soul
very
Cinder?
easily. He's just a powerful end game boss that I think fits the game really well.
Wait, he doesn't
and
have a
is
third
He's,
phase.
also
he has 2 phases.
he doesn't have a third phase.
He has 2
No.
health bars.
I
I don't
thought
know.
he
He's 2
does
health
have-
bars.
I thought he had a third phase too, doesn't he?
Maybe I'm tripping. What?
Whoa.
I don't think
Oh, maybe.
How do
Unless he
I
has
not
some
know
secret
this?
like additional
no,
move
he
in
has-
his second
Doesn't
health
he-
bar. I don't.
Yeah,
he has
that's
one
what-
health.
that's
No, he has
what
one
I'm
health
thinking.
bar. He has one health bar,
No,
doesn't
he
he?
doesn't.
Doesn't he? I
He has
thought
2 health bars.
Yeah, he's got 2 health bars, but I think in his second health bar he does gain additional.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking of. That I think that must be.
Oh
what you're
yeah,
thinking of,
yeah.
right,
He
Soren?
gains all those faith spells that he chucks at you.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah, because
I'm good. I'm not misremembering it.
He?
Yeah, he
It's
starts
um,
shooting
2 health
lightning.
bars,
It's so
3
insignificant
phases.
though. I don't even remember that he.
Okay, well I
What, the
just
lightning?
you know
The lightning is sick.
I
because
thought
it
he
starts out
always
with
did
the
that throughout the
normal-
fight.
No, it's only the second health bar. Because
No,
then
that's
he-
what I mean.
he-
Throughout the
intense,
second health
isn't
bar,
it?
I thought he always did those lightning attacks. Like I don't remember anything different happening.
Not
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
he
that's-
like start
that's the-
doing it like he'll throw one in the air and then it'll rain down like a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
think that you need to get to a certain point. It is.
I don't know.
health
I guess
bar.
I've never noticed that, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't
Anyways,
gain
go ahead,
lightning.
Soren.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Soren.
I mean that was all I had to say. That is my favorite boss. I think he fits the ending well. I've said what I said.
he is
And
so
least
good.
favorite boss
Is this your first playthrough? Is this you're saying this for your first
just
playthrough?
in general. I just like that guy. I think he's
He
really
is
fitting for the
awesome.
end of the game. Least favorite boss is the old Demon King. And you go down all the way into this fucking stinky fiery pit
Yeah.
filled with hell and arrows, and
And-
then you fight some old ass man who launches a bunch of meteors at you. That and I don't know. He's just a big pain.
One of the things too about that boss fight is you could fight him basically while you're at the end of the game. Like
Yeah.
if you miss
He
it and
doesn't
go
scale
back,
well.
he's just you fucking beat him easily. And then if you do it right before, like if you do it before Irithyll,
You
I
kind of
guess
get
I don't know.
fucked.
Yeah, you might get fucked. Like it's just
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys remember when we were doing?
Evan, your mic cut
You
out.
cut out.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Damn,
Yep.
quality down the
You
toilet.
remember when we were doing that
Yes.
trio run through
Yes,
it,
I do.
and we beat him like all those times, but then I would keep dying to his explosion. You
Yeah.
kept telling me to move back, and I'm like, I'm fine. And
Yeah.
then I would
He kept screaming at you, dude. You did it like 3 times. You're like, nah, I'll be fine this time.
that I was far enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Demon King. Yeah, he's not very memorable, and yeah, I agree with Sarn on that one. He doesn't scale well. You either fight him too late or you fight him too early. There is really no good middle ground with him. But Sarn, did you have a so is that's your favorite in general? What about your so do you have like a first favorite or least favorite
Also
for
my
your
first
playthrough?
favorite. First favorite for my first playthrough because I didn't even fight the Nameless King on my first playthrough, and by the time I
Oh,
did
okay.
fight him, it was probably my third playthrough, and I think I was a magic build, so it
Mhm.
was like I don't know, I was like whatever.
So even
Solar
when
Cinder's
you
always been my boy.
even through the DLC, Soul Cinder still takes top.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a weird experience with the DLC. I don't remember how many playthroughs I did before I finally got convinced by Austin to buy the DLC. And I will admit, the DLC was very good. I just kind of had a slapping match with Gale, and we both kind of slapped each other, and then I won, and that was kind of it.
You did it the
You
fucking
kinda
lame
just
way, bro. You just
you
damaged
I
just
him.
know that's what
survived.
I'm saying. I just didn't have like I just didn't have like the
Fair
cool
enough, dude.
experience that
If you
everybody
didn't have a
talks
cool
about.
fight
That
with
was
him, obviously it wouldn't be your favorite. So
I know.
guess
I was
Yeah.
just I was kind of disappointed, almost
Yeah.
in my own build of like, oh well, that wasn't what I wanted at all, you
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I guess Solar Cinder, my favorite. He's my guy.
That's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
I
That's
think he
solid.
is dope.
Evan, you want to take this one?
Yeah, well, I
First
mean,
playthrough and then where you're at right now.
first playthrough, I've always loved Gundyr. I thought
Champion or
champion
Okay.
champion specifically. I do like fighting. Well, I don't even know how to Udex or
Ludex.
whatever.
Yeah, or
Yeah, I
Udex or whatever.
I think he's cool, but the Pus of Man thing kind of throws me off. Um,
Mm.
but the actual champion, like coming back to fight him, and he's like actually hard.
Yeah.
I just thought that was I think his moveset is awesome where he's like he just gets up in your face kind of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, like the way he like kicks and stuff, and I don't
Yeah,
know,
the
that
Roadhouse
second
He
phase
kick.
is
just he
how
just
intense it is
never
is
he
really
never
cool.
eases up.
No.
That makes the that's one of the things I like about Gale. It's just like constant fucking
Yeah.
action.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I think champion is really cool. Just like the way he combos stuff, and like if you get behind him, he'll just kick you in the face.
Yeah.
I think he was really cool. And yeah, probably the most fun other than I mean, I played through the DLC my first go through,
I did
and
too.
I can't deny that Gale is like I mean like probably the most cinematic and just epic boss, just
Mhm.
especially in that second half. But yeah, I'd still say Gundyr is probably my favorite. But where I stand now, I mean, yeah, Gale is probably the coolest, and I mean, just probably the best. But yeah, originally I'd probably say Gundyr is probably I don't know.
Okay. So Gundyr first and then Gale when you did DLC.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. What about least favorite boss from
Oh
first
right.
playthrough and then where you're at now?
Um. Yeah, my least favorite would probably be. Hmm. I gotta go through all of them because I don't really. remember there being any bosses that I just like hated.
I can go if
Um,
you need to think about it.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
All right. Well, I did the DLC on my first playthrough, so I guess it was Gale and it still is for my favorite. Um, I guess honorable mention would be on my first playthrough. I had a blast fighting the what are those fellas called that attack
Twin
each other?
Princes.
No,
Oh, the Abyss Watchers.
yeah, those guys were fun on my first playthrough. I really like those guys, so they're probably runner up.
Yeah.
And I know my least favorite is Aldrich, bro. That boss sucks.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have
You spent
expected
half the
that.
boss fight running around like a moron.
Yeah.
It's true, and once you get near them, they just kind of throw things up in the sky and then
Yeah.
run away. I've never
Yeah.
thought of it as a particularly bad boss fight, but I could see it.
Cause obviously you could say the Deacons of the Deep or the Crystal Sage, but there are ways to make those boss fights fun. Like if you do like Soul Level 1, those boss fights become like a true struggle to I guess the Crystal Sage is fairly similar to Aldrich, but somehow it feels a little bit
The
more.
arena's smaller in that one, so
Yeah,
there's less running to do, and
I think the gimmick
he
works a little
summons those little
better.
guys too.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
also Aldrich
him
is supposed to
summoning
be
others.
a Soul of Cinder, so it should be better than what it is. So that's kind of another
Mhm.
reason why I throw it down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's fair. The top four bosses that are supposed to be like hyped up as like
One's a
your
fucking
your
slug
main
that
challenge.
dips every time you get close. Like, what a fucking awesome
Yeah.
boss fight.
I mean, I can kind of see why. Yeah, it's definitely not on my top 10 favorites. I'll say that much.
And it's like,
The arrow rain does suck.
and fighting that boss is the end of like Honor's quest line. Like, you couldn't have picked a better boss.
That's true. That's true.
Like, oh yeah, we beat the giant slug guy. Let's go.
Yeah,
Like, have
I
it
guess.
be Pontiff or something. Like, Pontiff was the one who fucking, I don't know, did whatever weird stuff to kids or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a
And
goofball.
like the fucking slug guy is just one of his deacons or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that's a
wouldn't it
good
make
pick.
so much more sense that Pontiff, like this crazy OP guy, would be a Soul Ascender?
Yeah,
I
this
think
boss
he
fight's
I
actually fun too.
I
To be
think
fair,
he kind of has like, is it Godric? Is that the guy in Elden Ring with the
Oh,
hands? He kind of has Godric syndrome,
what do you
where
I
mean?
he's
like
like,
Godric.
yeah, no, exactly, I do too. I think Godric is like a really really cool fight. It makes sense why he's not like a lord though, compared to the fight that you what's
Yeah,
the
that
Morgott that you fight before him, who is
yeah.
a lord.
But like that's what I'm saying. They could just switch the lore around a bit and make him that. Like if they
Yeah,
really
yeah,
wanted to. Like I feel like it wouldn't change that much. Like he
yeah.
can still be the Pontiff of Irithyll or whatever. I don't like.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
it's I agree. I think Pontiff would have been uh I don't know. I think where Aldrich is good. I think he belongs where he should be because if I just think if I run through Irithyll, like one of the most aesthetically pleasing areas, just like the area is so pretty and the enemies there are really cool, and then I walk into those giant doors and I just see a giant slug sitting there. I'm
Yeah, that would
I
be a
don't
little
know.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
think
just
they just should have made.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it is kind of like, um, kind of a good like just in the theme of Dark Souls 3 is in general like it's taking this like place that was supposed to be this high and mighty place where it's like the gods live here and then Dark Souls 3 everything's going to shit and you go into that same place and it's like filled with poop. It's like
It
yeah.
it's
was
pretty thematic.
cooler. Yeah,
yeah.
it was cooler after I played Dark Souls 1 to then play through Dark Souls 3 again and see like, oh shit, this is Anne Orlando, but everything's shitty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
everything's fucked up.
it fits with the theme, and that's one of the things people don't really like the color scheme of Dark Souls 3, and that's a fair
Very
criticism
gray.
to make, but it also the
I like how
grays
dark it
and
is. Yeah.
yeah, it fits the theme as well. Like uh,
The
a
world is
world
literally
going to
like
shit would
crumbling.
not be beautiful. It would not be like
And I think they definitely
crazy.
redeemed that with the ring city. Like
Yeah.
all of those criticisms, like the Ring City is so colorful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then,
But
at the end, it goes back to gray. It's just a fucking sand pit that you fight in.
mm,
So it ends where I feel like it should. Just another
Yeah.
gray heap.
yeah. Okay. Evan, do you have your least favorite boss?
Yeah, I think I'll probably. I mean, other than like in the DLC, there's the was the Grave Tender.
Yeah,
Like
Grave
Yeah, that one
Tender.
that.
fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah,
That one's a bad fight.
that one is just bad. Um,
You fight a
but yeah,
dude and three wolves that
then
you find in other places of the map. Like, dude,
yeah,
one.
I'd
I
probably say
don't.
that one if that counts. Main game,
I don't
I'd
even
probably
remember
say
that guy.
Deacons.
Does
Say
he have a
Deacons.
boss health bar?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think he does.
There's two. They have two separate health bars. So there's the NPC and then the wolf
Is
has a
he in
health
the
bar.
painted world?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
He's the
yeah.
because it's him and Freed. Those are the only two fights in that DLC.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a fair one. That
he's
one
probably the
sucks.
worst for me. But yeah, if I had to say, like, I like all the bosses in the main game. Like,
Yeah.
I'd probably say Deacons, but I like Deacons.
I
Like Ancient
remember.
Wyvern. I know people say that one's bad, but I like Ancient Wyvern. I think it's a unique boss fight where
Yeah.
you're more running away from it. I
Yeah,
think it
and
could have
Mhm.
been executed a little better, but
and,
I think
and
it's
and go back to what I said. I feel like the deacons are so much fun if you're playing under leveled, because then
yeah.
it's like an actual race to kill those guys before they fucking summon that spell that just kills you.
Mhm.
You're like on a timer and there's like pressure beam instead of just like whacking them and just killing them all right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I okay. I guess that would kind of go into mine then. I'd say first playthrough. My most favorite is probably the Abyss Watchers. I just remember like walking in there, watching that cinematic for the very first time. I'm like, holy
Mhm.
shit! Like these guys are so like I'm intimidated. And he points the sword at you, like saying, "You're fucking next. Like, get ready. You're dead." And then like dying over and over to them to like realize that I didn't have to like try and take three guys on all at once to actually learn like oh they
Yeah.
just attack the third one, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I would definitely say the Abyss Watchers for my first playthrough was definitely my favorite,
Yeah.
and my least favorite fight was during my first playthrough was Dragon Slayer's armor. I remember
Oh, I forgot about him.
I remember like because the game had conditioned me to like hit the thing if it's not moving, and then it'll make its move and then get ready to roll. But whenever it
Shield
has
bash.
its shield up, exactly, it would shield bash you and then combo that with like one fell swoop of a swing of the axe and you're just dead. And I just remember getting so pissed at that fight. And like I was thinking like I have the best or the most optimal weapon for this guy. It's ice. Like that's the only thing he's weak to is frost buildup. And he's just pulverizing me. I think I actually killed him. Like I think he actually took me 3 days
Oh
to
gosh.
kill him. Like, cause I remember I would fight him for like an hour, get mad, put the controller down, and then come back like to do another hour of a slugfest, and then be like, okay, I'm just coming back tomorrow. And then I think the key took 3 days to beat.
That's like
Um,
every boss for me, bro. Everyone took me like minimum 2 hours. Even
yeah,
the easy one. Probably not the deacons, but like
Maybe
yeah,
I'm just bad, but I feel like everybody always takes me like a reasonable amount of time. I mean, not these days, but just kind of just in
yeah,
general.
yeah, yeah. I would definitely say yeah, Dragon Slayers is least, and then um, yeah. And then where I'm at now, I'd say this is tough because like there's so many good bosses. I think I think it would have to be Midir is probably my favorite. Um
Yeah, he's sick.
it yeah, he's just I think everything from a dragon fight, like I don't think even Elden Ring really holds a torch to the dragon fights compared to Midir. Like I think they really perfected it. Like Bale in the DLC of Elden Ring is really cool, and same with um the one that's missing all the heads. I always fuck. Is it
Oh yeah.
Placidusix?
Yeah,
Placid.
Placidusix.
Yeah, he's my favorite. Placidusix is my favorite fight in all of Elden Ring. I think he's like easily the coolest dragon fight in that game. But I still think Midir is better. Like I don't know. It's just the soundtrack, the way he attacks when he like spazzes out at you. If you try and attack his tail, like you get punished by flame breath, or like he just swipes his tail at you. His flying breath, like fire attacks, are really cool. He does the laser beams, like, and just like spazzes out towards like a quarter of his HP left. I remember dying to that like 5 times. I'm like, how the fuck do I even like? What am I even supposed to do to this? Um, but yeah, he's definitely like the best flow boss. Like I have it down to a science, and it's just super satisfying fighting him every single time.
Mhm.
I think my least favorite fight now is probably Grave Tender. It's just that fight just sucks. There's
said which
nothing
one?
fun about it. Grave Tender. It's just it
Oh,
sucks.
yes,
It's
yes,
there's nothing fun about it. Um, I don't know. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is
okay,
it the last one we gotta hit?
I
I
think
think
so.
I think that is the last one.
Sweet.
I guess we could wrap this up with where we would place Dark Souls 3 out of all the Souls games we've played. I think we all kind of have already said it in the beginning, but
Second,
second favorite. What's your favorite then?
Sekiro. I love Sekiro. I think it's
Okay.
fucking awesome. It's really weird because I like making like character builds and stuff, so you think Sekiro wouldn't really fit, but I just love the ding 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 the little parries. They're great.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sekiro's great.
It might be tied with me for Sekiro, but yeah, if I had to do it, I'd probably be Dark Souls 3 on top, just because for sentimental values,
Hmm.
it just
Yeah,
has
I
to
think
be.
people who played 1 first liked 1 more, and then people who played 3 first liked 3 more. Which is
Yeah.
kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only played Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, so I'm gonna go Dark Souls 3 at my number 1.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. I'd say Dark Souls 3 is up there, and I would say, but it's like a close second with Sekiro and Bloodborne.
Hmm
I've never played Bloodborne. It's because I can't. They won't let me. But that's okay.
I played
Eventually.
Bloodborne for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I just ran around the first area without weapons because I couldn't figure out how to get them.
Oh yeah.
I was just like hoping. I knew I was doing something wrong, but I just didn't know where to go. I didn't want to
Mm,
look up a tutorial because I don't know. I didn't
Because
want
you're
to.
built different.
Yeah, I'm built different. I was
yeah.
just gonna thug it out. And
I
then
won't spoil it for you.
no, I figured it out eventually, but then I stopped playing because
Oh.
honestly, it took the fun out of it. I love just running around with no way to fight people.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
I think that was a
Yeah, that's
it was a relatively short, but
shorter one
I
compared to our last one. Our last one was like
yeah.
almost 3
Yeah.
hours.
Well, we were just covering one particular topic this time, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I think
there's
this
a
is a good
lot
one.
more.
We
Yeah,
get we
I do too. I like this one. I'm sure there's a lot more we could cover about the game, but
yeah.
this is just kind of the stuff that I had just kind of
Yeah.
thought of that would have
Let us
been
know if you
Or
want
price
similar ones
quizzes.
in the future. Whoever's
yes.
watching.
Tell us
Put
who
down
your
in
favorite Dark Souls boss is.
Tell us
yes.
what color underwear you're wearing right now, please.
Mm,
Don't tell us that.
Tell us
I
that.
yep.
don't want to
Tell
know. I
us.
mean,
Tell us
actually,
what
We
maybe
want to
Austin wants
know
to know. Go ahead and tell us that.
front and back.
I
Is it
don't want to.
yellow
I
in the
don't want to.
front and brown in the middle towards the back,
Let us
or is
let us
it
know
a
if you guys have any skid streaks.
Let us know if it is indeed bubblegum pink.
or roast beef brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the
All right.
comments, please.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awful.
So the comments are Charlie and James, right? I mean,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
There's no.
So they'll
Oh
answer,
boy.
they'll have to answer.
Right. Well, ugh.
Well,
We're
this
on
was a good
again.
one. We'll see you later.
See you in the next
Next
one.
time.